Photography friends, I'm so excited to share an extraordinary journey of one of my students that's packed with insights to help your photography business. Today, I'm thrilled to share the story of one of our students. Her name is Keilynn White. She's a remarkable individual who literally is the definition of resilience and tenacity. Keilynn's story is one of transformation, an inspiring shift from being a passionate side gig photographer to carving out a thriving photography business for herself. In today's video, I want to break down some lessons from her journey that I believe will help you grow your photography business this year. Now let's grab a cup of tea and get started. Not every first step is successful. At the time when I met Keilynn, she had 14 years of experience, but considered herself a hobbyist. I get it, even after being in business 25 years myself, giving myself the title of professional photographer, I still feel discomfort. Like, who am I to call myself a professional photographer? But her journey started with her best friend handing her a camera when she was pregnant, and she said she just needed a few pictures. To her, they weren't the best photos she'd taken, but what did happen was she fell in love. She worked her 40-hour-a-week job, and then all day Saturday and Sunday, she was taking photos in the park while her own kiddos played alone. As you can imagine, it pulled her away from her family. She would do digital file, some people call it shoot and burn sessions, where she was doing 15 of them in a day and only charging between 45 and 95 bucks a session. Then she would spend the next week editing the rest of her time away while she was working her full-time job. Imagine that, and maybe you can relate because maybe you've done that too. Well, what happened in the process, she lost her full-time corporate job, and her husband actually was the one who encouraged her to pursue her photography business. So even though she had his support, she didn't think she could actually make an income from this. In her first year, she was still giving it all away, and what do you think happened? Her business was tanking. But then she realized what she was doing wasn't working. What happened was Keilynn had an experience that changed everything. She went and spent $450 that she really didn't have on terrible photos at Sears. And she realized she wanted to save everyone from spending money. And it all kind of came to a halt when she saw that being a digital file photographer was killing her business and her love of photography. The next thing that happened was she took an image. She created this amazing image. It should have been in a magazine. When she looked at it, it made her heart explode, and she absolutely loved it. Then she had to give it to the client, and you know what she did? She just gave them the digital file. The image was so beautiful that a magazine published it. She put it on Instagram and people were raving about it. She was gaining all of these followers from it. What broke her heart was that amazing photo that gave her goosebumps left her house and her business, and she had nothing to show for it. And that couple, it was a maternity image, they didn't have anything to show for it because it was in a drawer made up of little pixels. And that's when she realized something's not working here. And I hope you've had that moment of like, okay, what I'm doing isn't working. Because she went from struggle to strategic growth. Keilynn's path just really underscores the significance of strategic growth, not being in the dark and like trying to feel your way through it when most places you're going aren't working. Like, flip the light switch on and be strategic about your path. Her initial approach of digital file sessions was exhausting. She was working all the time, like trying to juggle a job and a family and not sleeping, leaving her drained, financially strained, frustrated, full of self-doubt. Do you feel that? But the turning point finally came when she realized that she needed to change her business model. It wasn't her that was broken, it was her business model. So by investing in her education, Keilynn's decision to attend my event called Go Boutique Live, and later join a program we have, it's a 2-month coaching program called Boutique Breakthrough, brought clarity to her business model. She knew that her images were good enough, but how should she charge for them? And how could she serve her clients at a higher level to make them value the experience and not just attracting people who want the digital file of a great image for a low price? Like, they're two different consumers. She went from broke to her first Julie. Now, let me tell you who Julie is. When I realized I was in that same situation. I had to start charging more, but also I had to change my whole model. It's not just about price. And I went out and I got my first client, and her name was Julie, and she came in and she gave me $1,800 for her order. So in my community and with my students, we talk about our Julie and getting our first right fit client. And then my students earn these little fun pins to reinforce the fact that they're serving their clients and they're doing good work. So her first Julie was the same client that she created this amazing image that I talked about a minute ago. Happened after 4 sessions with the client. She had done her engagement, her maternity, her newborn, and the 6-month session for her new baby, all with the old model, all just charging a low price and giving her digital files, and all the while getting more and more frustrated that she had this beautiful artwork that nobody was enjoying. And here's what's cool. She was only a couple days into our program when she did that 6-month-old baby session. She told the client that she wasn't offering digital files anymore. And of course, the client was confused, and Keilynn said, let's sit down and let me show you how I haven't been serving you and what's possible for these images. And she went back through all of the images she'd created from those prior sessions, and the client ordered her first wall portrait from those 4 sessions, and it came out to being $6,300. $6,300 from sessions she'd already walked away from, delivered digital files because we taught her what to say. And imagine the money that you've just walked past because you didn't have anything extra to offer your clients and you weren't probably serving them. Her happiness was off the charts. She experienced too, like a gamut of emotions, realizing not only was she worth it, but that artwork, that image she created was also worth it. She just needed more help to price her products and figure out the value in the right way, because what she did, barely tapping into our system, took her from $95 sessions to $6,300. It's amazing, just from following a proven system. Look, Keilynn's journey also really emphasizes the importance of recognizing your worth. That's something that she had going for her that so many of the students that come into my programs are still not understanding their own worth. But luckily she had taken that one incredible image that forced her to rethink her approach. And maybe you just haven't created that image yet, or maybe you have and you're like, I'm with Keilynn, right? So instead of offering simply all the high-res digital files for people to go and print themselves, Keilynn empowered herself to jump into our course, find the money to do it so that she could learn how to guide her clients toward meaningful, beautiful printed artwork. And seriously, witnessing the value she added to her clients' lives gave her a completely new sense of purpose and self-worth. And I want that for you too. Imagine what that would feel like instead of beating yourself up all the time. Just a year after changing her business model, Keilynn has done already 6 figures in volume. So she sold over $100,000 just by following a proven system that we created based on my 25 years of working out all the kinks from an untrained photographer who also just had to figure it out on her own because there wasn't people out there who were educating the market like I'm doing now. It's so rewarding, and that's really my mission in life, to be able to help more photographers get out of that digital file grind and have meaning and impact, not just for themselves, but for their clients. And hey, if this story was impactful to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Really, I want to read your comments. And hey, if you want to get started and you're like, who is this Sarah Petty and what does she do? We have a community of photographers who value family first, growing a business, and being encouraging. No bullies allowed. We have a free Facebook group. I'll stick the link in the description below, and I want you to come and join us. I'll see you in the next video. Friend, thank you for watching and for subscribing. This is how we lift the industry up. If you haven't subscribed, we put out so much great content to help you grow your photography business. And if today lit you on fire, click here for more actionable steps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.